everyone, and hello to all the pageant fans all over the world, the universe rather, and to my new subscribers and returning viewers. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you're watching this episode right now and you're not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Help me to grow this channel and to reach a milestone here in YouTube simply by clicking the subscribe button below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So for today's episode here in my channel, I'll be sharing with you guys my front runners, my top contenders, and who are the countries that we need to watch out for in this year's edition of Miss Universe 2020. Let's start this episode with Miss Indonesia. For several years competing in Miss Universe, I have to say that Indonesia is really having such a hard time in building their sash factor in the Miss Universe stage. But I still admire their effort and dedication in preparing their candidate to compete in Miss Universe competition. I have to consider Ayu Molida as a contender in this year's edition of Miss Universe 2020 and can be a possible semi-finalist in this competition. Although her speaking abilities may not be as eloquent as Pedro, but I'm confident that Ayu Molida is well prepared enough to give Indonesia a good fight this year. Next is Venezuela, the real pageant powerhouse country. And I have to say that this country really established their sash factor in the Miss Universe competition. And like what they always say, Venezuela will always be Venezuela. And with our current representative, Mariangel Artiga, I have to say that Venezuela is coming back so strong this year compared to last year and can be a possible top 10 semi-finalists. Next is South Africa. This country really showed us all that they deserve the title and the crown of Miss Universe. After Demi won Miss Universe in 2017 and after the first runner-up placement of Tamron Green in 2018, now here comes the reigning queen from South Africa, Zozibini Tunzi. This country is really up for the challenge. This country is really up for the game, and that is to win Miss Universe all the time. Next is USA. The last time that the USA won Miss Universe title or crown was in 2012 when Miss Philippines robbed evidently. And with their current representative, Asia Branch, what an upgrade from the past winners of Miss USA. I'm showing you guys some photos of her. I find her young, fresh looking, and she's really beautiful with or without makeup. Next is Philippines. Philippines took such a long time to establish our sash factor in Miss Universe competition. But I have to say that after Pia won Miss Universe in 2015 and after Catriona Bray won in 2018, that makes this country a real pageant powerhouse in Asia. Now with the current representative, Rabia Mateo from the Philippines, I have to say that it's not even a conversation that Rabia Mateo can definitely deliver in this year's edition of Miss Universe 2020. And I don't see any problem or any reason why she cannot make it as part of the top 10 semi-finalists. Next is Thailand, a very competitive country. Miss Universe Thailand has always been consistent when it comes to their preparations in competing in Miss Universe Beauty Pageant. And with their current representative this year, Amanda Obdam, I am confident to say that this country will have the same performance or even a higher placement compared to last year in Miss Universe competition, because for me, Amanda Obdam is actually stronger than Pauwing Suda Druin when it comes to all aspects in the competition. Next is Puerto Rico with its first runner-up placement from last year, and with her current representative Estefania Soto Torres, securing a spot in the top 20 semi-finalists is really possible because I've watched her videos online or in her Instagram account. I have to say that this girl is also a good speaker, just like Madison Anderson. Now let me go ahead and share with you guys who are the countries that we need to watch out in this year's edition of Miss Universe 2020 that can be possibly part of the semi-finalists. Let's start with Argentina. I'm showing you guys some photos of her. I have to say that her beauty is really undeniably gorgeous. Having right amount of makeup can actually make her look so young and so fresh, and that's all what she needs. Next is Cambodia. You guys might find her weak with her physical appearance and by not having a sash factor, but we also have to consider her strong capability, and that is the way how she speaks.
What made you decide to finally join the national pageant?
Okay, there is actually one, it has always been something that I admire. I have been a huge fan myself since I was young. Like I would know from year to year, the back to back, or who won this year, uh, which country this year or last year or 10 years ago. And from years gone by, like I see Miss Universe has, evaluate into a new perspective. Like it's more of a women empowerment. It's not just what you see from the outside. It's not like you're judging only on the figure or your face or the best gown or the best swimsuit or the best walk. But I see something more than that. And then I look at myself, I look at my country, like, oh my goodness, finally Cambodia has Miss Universe Cambodia. And I never expect that Cambodia will, can be a part of Miss Universe. And I'm like, wow, I think this is it. This is the time. So I'm just gonna stay for a few years to watch, our previous contestants, our
Yes.
previous, queens to join. And then I took 2 years to prepare. It's not just me, but also like the people around me. 2 years ago, I met Tita Shandi, which she was one of the directors. She came to Cambodia. She was training one of the big pageant competition. It's like an international competition. And I was actually hosting for it. She came straight up to me right after the program ended. She was like, Sarita, you should reconsider. You should reconsider pageant, Miss Universe Cambodia. You can be the next. And I'm like, I have been the person doubting myself, regardless of, how people see how strong as a person I am
Yes.
within me. But I'm like, let's see. But also behind my mind, I'm already like, I need to represent Cambodia. I need to join. So finally, it's just the right time, the right support, the people around you, the force, the universe is giving you signs. So I'm like,
Yes.
yes, I made my decisions. Here I am, your new Miss Universe Cambodia 2020.
As a beauty queen, you're not just the face of Cambodia, but also an ambassador of your country. So, how will you
Yes.
introduce Cambodia to your fellow contestants?
Very short, simple to understand. I will introduce to our fellow contestants that Cambodia is not just about the culture or the place that you have heard about, but it's about the people. We might be shy at first, but we are the people that are filled with kind hearts, loving, and that we always, always put others first. And you will fall in love with our kindness. I guarantee you, literally. That's how I'm going to introduce to the fellow contestants, us people in Cambodia.
So, the first question is: you mentioned earlier that you are actually a fan of pageants even before you joined, and you've been watching them. So, who among the former winners of Miss Universe you look up to the most?
Oh, I actually, okay, each Miss Universe has their own, uniqueness, and everyone is amazing. But if I can choose, I'm gonna pick two because these two like stand the same for me. Number one is Sushmita Sen from India. I love her. She's a woman of like, inspirational. Like when she speaks, my goodness, I'm just so fond of her. And our second one is definitely Catriona Gray. Like she has inspired me in so many ways. Like I cannot explain.
I've watched some of her videos online and I have to say that Miss Cambodia is really good when it comes to public speaking. Next is Peru. Her background experience competing in Miss Supranational can actually be her edge in this competition, so we better watch out for Peru. Next is India. Adeline might not have the same body physique as, Vertika Singh, but I'm actually hoping that India can actually make it this time, even as part of the top 10 semi-finalists. Next is Miss Czech Republic. Look at her photos. What a gorgeous face to start this competition. I mean, a former Miss Earth Water 2019, that can also be her edge, just like Miss Peru in this competition. Next is Miss Mexico and Miss World Alumna, wherein she placed second runner-up in 2017. Like Peru and Czech Republic, her background experience competing in Miss World can actually be her edge in this competition, so we still better watch out for her. So that'll be all for today's episode here in my channel. Thank you so much guys for watching. Till our next episode, don't forget to stay kind because you can never go wrong with kindness. I love you all.